Alright.
Okay, that's
Hey.
super dope. Hey, Alex, how did you get into the anime?
Forget to that. Calm down.
We'll get there when we get there.
Alright, let me introduce, okay?
Go ahead.
Hello, welcome to the first episode of the podcast. I'm joined by Kelp King.
I'm the sexy one.
Okay, Gamer.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
And Rick.
Hi, am I?
That's so funny.
What
Uh,
was that sound?
And I'm Alex. So we'll start with introductions first. We'll go down one by one, introducing ourselves, what we do and shit. So, Kelp, you can go
Thing
first.
two.
God, why did you put me first? Hi, I'm Kelp King. I like anime, but specifically the kind where they get naked.
What do you do? Okay, so what do you do? Like, plug your channel and shit. This is the time to do
Oh,
it.
yeah, okay. I'm a YouTuber. Subscribe to Kelp King. It's much better than the shit you'll find on this channel.
Going on a different channel.
It's a size contest with you two. Jesus Christ.
My numbers are bigger than yours.
Size isn't what matters. It's how you use it.
Alright.
Yeah, you always hear that from people, but those people always have the 9-inch dongs.
Okay, so are you done plugging your shit now? Can we move on?
I think I'm done plugging my shit. Yeah, I'll tell you if I come up with anything later.
Gamer, go ahead, introduce yourself. What do you do?
Oh. Well, I don't really. Well, the most I really do is just
Game.
YouTube channel. I don't really do anything on it. Maybe you'll see an upload every 8 months. That's a rarity, though.
He's got a sick War Greymon series. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, yeah. I said that to him. I forgot.
If the mic quality is kind of bad, it's because Gamer's on his phone.
All right. Well, let's introduce.
All right, Rick, you're up.
Hi, I'm Rick. I am a guitarist. I have a unhealthy addiction to Tala.
It's a metal band.
Yeah,
He's also
Yeah,
secretly
goes-
Michael from Vsauce.
You had your turn.
or a wannabe Westmoreland that thinks he's also Jim Root. Go subscribe to my channel. Just Rick Horseman. I only have the one video up right now, but whatever. I will get some up there soon.
All their links will be in the description below.
How dare you attach my channel to this? I'm actually not going to finish that.
Would you like to be in the tags?
Yes, I would like to be in the tags. That's why I'm not going to finish that. Thank you kindly, my great
No one's gonna
overlord
find the
Alex.
channel. Hey, I'm Alex. I make YouTube content, funny moments.
He's trying to be a Let's Player 7 years too late.
No, I don't do Let's Play shit. I do funny moments shit.
Yeah, Gamer,
More like
I'm
a
the one who does Let's Plays, but also I only do that on Bat Squad.
It's just a combination of just the debauchery that occurs in our game sessions. That's pretty much an inaccurate reading.
There's a whole bunch of swearing. Let's just say that.
And we started this podcast not to talk about YouTube shit. We started this podcast to talk about comic stuff because it's something I really want to talk about. And
Yeah, that's true. Can we talk about Spider-Man?
Haven't. That's actually one of my bullet points. We'll get to that. I wanted to talk about comics for a long time, just never had the platform to do it, and I felt like TikTok was too much of a short time period to do it. So I was like, hey, why don't I just, get a bunch of like-minded people together and talk about comics on a new channel?
Yeah, Alex, if I may speak out of turn for a second, my great overlord, thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Okay.
I am actually so excited you wanted to do this because we are going to be able to talk about a bunch of stuff I can't talk about on my channel either.
Yes.
Or in my case, I just wouldn't talk about it because I only would be interested in ranting and just posting angry guitar covers.
How we got into comics? Who would like to go first? Or comics, manga, anything.
Can I go first because I have easily the most embarrassing story here.
Go for it.
Okay, so how I got into comics and how I remain up to date with comics is I exclusively watch Comic Story and videos because the one time I tried to buy comic books, I could not figure out for the life of me what to buy, and I just haven't tried again since.
What's wrong with that, though? I mean, my story is not that much better.
Alright, Rick, do you want to tell your story next, then?
Yeah, sure. And in my case, like I primarily just got into comics just because, like, randomly I decided, hey, I wanna read Deadpool or read up on Spawn or something like that. Since then, like I've just been pretty much hooked, like with whatever niche I can find, I'll buy it pretty much. So it's pretty much like I said, random, and like if I see a good comic, I'll look it up and then I'll buy it. That's pretty much it.
Gamer.
All right, so I'm probably the most least comic book guy here out of all of y'all. And you know what? But I can't really say when I really got into comics or any. Well, not much at all. But I can't tell you my first comic. There was this Chick-fil-A thing going on at the time. I remember going up. There's this fucking little comic book in this little Chick-fil-A meal. I can't remember for the life of me. All I remember is that there's this robotic cow. That's it about the comic. That's it. And that was like over 10 years ago.
I feel like
Dude, you gotta find that name of the comic.
Well,
I need to read that.
Is that an actual? That's all I remember. It's like, I swear to God, it's like one of those Mandela effects where it just doesn't fucking exist.
Dude, it's like we're on like a radio show and we have Gamer calling in from his far phone. He's trying to speak through the microphone of.
I literally tried to get a good headset for this.
It's the people that go on
That's
Sirius
awful.
XM and try to take part into the trivia pit.
What's your guys' favorite comic, movie, TV show, and game? Or, anime, whatever.
Ooh, my favorite comic.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
hard.
Alright.
Ooh, can I go first? My
Yes.
favorite comic? My favorite comic is the one where Black Cat tells Mary Jane she has a fat ass. Literally says the line, I did not think your dump truck of an ass would fit in that suit. That's my favorite comic.
I mean, why not? It's
Yeah,
Black Cat.
exactly.
Alright.
Well, that's one hell of a comic.
Alicia Hardy's hot as fuck.
And just also real quick, favorite movie, Spider-Man Far From Home, because Spider-Man is like easily my favorite character, and Far From Home like breaks him, and I love seeing that happen so much. And favorite TV show, I don't want to go back to the Spider-Man well, but I feel like I'm going to be returning here quite frequently, so I'm just gonna get that out of the way. Spectacular Spider-Man, favorite game, Spider-Man PS4.
Jesus Christ.
No.
This man's just obsessed with Spider-Man at this point.
It's
gonna
not
feel
me,
cool.
it's
Spider-Man.
Imagine the IRL podcast eventually happens. You see this fucker on the ceiling when we're talking.
He's gonna Spider-Man cosplay.
Guys,
Yeah.
leave me alone. It's the autism. You making fun of this is ableist.
Dude, do they have pigs in this dimension? Because I don't want to freak them out.
Spider-Man.
Yo.
Yeah.
Alright.
Spider-Ham
Oh
is the
my-
best. What are y'all talking about?
John Mulaney. Alright. Gamer, do you want to go next with your favorite movie, TV show, game?
Wait, also my favorite anime is the Lilo and Stitch anime. Okay, there we go.
One on Pornhub?
No, literally,
my
I learned
God.
this 2 days ago. There is a Lilo and Stitch anime, and it's amazing.
I might have to check that out.
Do you know there was a canceled Hannah Montana anime?
Oh my
I'm
god,
surprised.
really?
That is
Yes.
bad.
And they almost, here's the thing, they nearly got like the cell animations for it, like, but they said they called it off, like the resources said, sorry, but I can't get them, or I'll get fired.
Oh, that adds up.
Alright, my favorite comic book of all time. Fuck. I have to think about that.
Oh yeah, no, his favorite comic book of all time is fuck.
No.
Don't worry, buddy. You've only had multiple weeks to think about this. You'll get there eventually.
Constantine Original
Fuck.
Sins.
That's like one of the few things I knew about Constantine, and probably my favorite. The fact that if he dies, hell will just erupt into war.
Because everybody wants his soul, because he's pissed off literally everybody in hell. That's why they want to pretty much take his soul and then make him as miserable as they can. Which makes sense that a literal civil war would happen in hell. So
I actually have the new Hellblazer series book somewhere in my collection. Favorite movie? My favorite comic book movie is kind of a guilty pleasure for me. And that's...
Is it Venom Let There Be Carnage?
No, it is Daredevil 2003.
Really?
It is Daredevil
Oh, there you go.
2003.
Dude,
Oh, that's
Base.
the one with Ben Affleck. Yeah.
Yes, I hate that movie, but I love it so much. I watch that at least 3 times a year. It is a religion for me.
Bro, can you
Actually-
stream that to me next time you're watching it?
I'm sure I'll be down.
I just got done watching that with my dad, and me and him were just sitting there and we're like, I don't see what's wrong with this movie. Like, I grant there's probably plenty wrong with it, with Daredevil looking like a skinhead, but other than that, like, I thought it was
a product
okay.
of its time. It came out in an era of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man knockoffs, where
That
since
makes
Sam
sense
Raimi's
then,
Spider-Man
yeah.
came out, everyone tried copying the success of that movie, and it doesn't work. Same thing with like the
Mhm.
Avengers. When it came out and tried to rewrite the formula, everyone tried to be the Avengers, lighthearted and funny. That's why Justice League didn't work.
Justice League super didn't work because Justice League was like, okay, we want all these dark tones, but we also want to attract the Marvel audience, so the jokes just don't feel like they fit in the movie.
It's simple, they don't.
Whatever, because because it's Joss Whedon's cinematic abortion.
And Joss Whedon is a piece of work. Same with The Dark Knight. Like when The Dark Knight come out, everyone liked that dark, gritty tone, so everything tried copying that. That's why we got The Amazing Spider-Man, which was also dark. Then The Avengers came out, Amazing Spider-Man 2 changed its tone drastically.
Okay, so actually, I want to talk about this. I think I've told Alex this before, but Amazing Spider-Man was pretty much my first introduction to Spider-Man. Like, not period, but it was like the first time I remember. So I remember going to see Amazing Spider-Man 2 and like watching the 80s TV show and being like genuinely mad that they got his costume quote unquote wrong.
Oh
'Cause
my lord.
I thought Amazing Spider-Man was what he was supposed to look like, and it was my favorite costume for, I shit you not, like, right into high school. It was my favorite costume until I actually looked back at the costume and it was like, oh, that's bad. Why did I like this?
It's not
Like, that's
that...
not what it's supposed to be.
It's not what it's supposed to be, but I don't think it's a bad costume. Everyone likes
Like
to
a
joke
more-
it looks like a basketball, but...
I still really like the design for the gloves. Like, if it didn't have that basketball texture, that would probably be my favorite costume.
No, right. I got lying though when you're saying it looks like a basketball, because the costume almost looks like, I don't even know like what the terminology is, like plasticky in ways. Like, it just doesn't look like a genuine suit.
Have you guys
Like,
ever watched the extras for Amazing Spider-Man?
No, I
don't
never saw
think
them.
so.
I never got the DVD. I saw it in theaters and then like occasionally on Xfinity and whatever.
So in the extras lead scene, they talked about, you know, the suit designs and stuff. And what they did was, all right, how would a kid make a Spider-Man suit? They would take the bottom of the shoes and put them on this like skin tight suit to make, you know, makeshift shoes. They would take the lenses and sunglasses and make them Spider-Man lenses.
Yeah, can I say that real quick? That's one of my favorite parts. Like, hot take. That's one of my favorite parts about the Amazing Spider-Man costume. The way the lenses work.
Homemade.
Like,
That's what
yeah.
that's what makes it good.
Homemade suit. Another product
Yeah.
of Christian Bale's Batman, where, you know, you make your own suit using materials that you'd find in the world.
I'm wearing hockey pads.
My favorite TV show, Justice League Unlimited, or
Is this better?
no.
That's worse.
Holy
That's worse.
shit!
Oh, that's I don't even know what that was. What was that shit, dude?
He's typing.
Okay, Alex,
Yep.
JLU or
JLU or Spectacular Spider-Man.
there we
Oh,
go,
no.
my fellow Spider-Man buddy.
I guess I'll.
Hold on. We
There
gotta
you
go
go.
through games.
Oh yeah.
My favorite game, Batman Arkham Asylum or Injustice 2.
Injustice
that's
2,
gonna
really?
piss some people off.
Arkham Asylum, people would agree on. Injustice 2, I love it. I love the entire series, but I have many, many issues with it that I touched on TikTok, but we'll get into that more, maybe a different episode.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
that
you and I
works.
have talked about this like twice, and you've barely touched on your issues about it with me.
I'm well aware of his issues with Injustice. Not just, I guess, Injustice 2, but like everything like in the series as a whole and what's wrong with it. Wonder Woman.
Sorry about that little joke.
Oh, okay. He finally sounds good.
Sounds better. On gamer speak real quick.
Much better.
It's decent. At least you're not peaking every
Bad.
5 seconds.
He is for me,
That
but I
one's
refuse to
infidel.
turn his volume down.
All right, wait. Alright, so I went. Kelp went. Gamer.
Yeah, let him go.
Gamer talked about his favorite comic, but what about your favorite movies and TV shows?
That wasn't my favorite comic. That's like the comic. Like,
Oh.
if I had to actually say probably my favorite comic, I really don't know. But if I had to say like something that I've enjoyed immensely over time, or something I still look back on with a lot of fond memories, it'd probably be what's it called again? I can't remember the name of it, but it was like some Silver Age comic where it's the dumbest fucking shit ever with the Silver Age.
Silver Age.
Yeah, Silver Age comics are wild, man.
Gamer's been talking for like 2 minutes, and I don't feel like I've gotten any more information from him. If anything, I feel like I know a bit less than before.
So thanks to
This is why I don't do podcasts.
Thanks to Image Comics, GI Joe. GI Joe was actually a comic originally, right?
Yeah, I think
Was
so.
it?
Yeah.
Or was it like an action figure line?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, it was a comic before.
And then it had a bunch of shitty crossovers with Transformers.
Yes, that's
Robots
what I was talking about.
in
Yeah,
disguise.
Because of Image Comics, Transformers are now comic book material.
Here's what happens with like Hasbro. It's like they keep trying to do a crossover between Transformers and GI Joe, and it just never works.
I have
Never.
a few of those comic book lines in my
And that's
collection.
how
Some of them
awful
are
a movie-
awful.
But imagine how awful a movie of that would be if Michael Bay was directing it.
Please
God.
stop! I don't want to imagine it.
Actually, I just remembered the first comic I ever read was at the library, and it was a Ben 10 comic, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien.
I actually now remember, but I think my first comic was the Bone franchise.
Ooh,
Bone was so
Oh,
good,
I
but I
love
consider that
Bone.
like more
Bone was
manga.
awesome.
it's
Yeah, Bone's
Yeah.
like more graphic novel manga than comic, but Bone was so good. I need to check that out again sometime.
I remember going to
Yeah.
the school library and just picking out Bones every time.
I
Yeah,
would
that's what I
literally
did.
skip classes to sit there and read Bones.
Alright, so what pissed me off was that our elementary school had the entire Bones line except for 3. So I would read 1,
Eyes of-
2, skip 3 because they didn't have it, go to 4, and I'd be like,
Eyes of the
where the fuck?
Same,
That's weird.
same, exact same thing going on over here.
I don't know why the hell they wouldn't have Eyes of the Storm, because that's pretty much like that's where Thorin learns that she's, the heir to the throne in Athea. Right?
No, yeah, I remember reading Bones going from 2 to 4, and I was like, oh, I can't possibly miss that much, and I was so confused.
Yeah.
Or I'm also the idiot that read Old Man's Cave first, and then of course I'm like, wait, what the hell? And then I went back, then I read Out from Boneville, then The Great Cow Race, then Eyes of the Storm, then I don't know how the hell I skipped both Dragon Slayer and Rockjaw, and then I was able to read 6 through Ghost Circles.
I
what was
think
that?
I remember Cow Race being like my favorite because it was when everything was still lighthearted in Bones, right?
That was before everything, got way too serious. Because that was when Smiley had the whole mystery. Or no, that was Phony, right? Phony Bone was the one with the star on his shirt.
I honestly, I
It's
could not tell
school,
you.
dude.
I gotcha. But yeah, that was the one where everything was more lighthearted, and then everything just went off. Not off a cliff, but it just started getting gradually more darker with the violence and whatnot. I think after Eyes of the Storm, so.
What really
I
caught
remember.
caught my attention with comics is like the art style. I love comic book art style.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of my favorite types of like genre of art that I love to draw. I love the dark shading and the colors. Even with no colors, it can still look good with proper shading in black.
I like the art style of how the characters are drawn a lot because like people complain about that art style or like, oh, where do our organs go? Or like, but it's it's just fun to see a whole bunch of ripped dudes beating the shit out of people.
Isn't
In
that
this
just
case,
I'm sorry.
Isn't that just Dragon Ball where ripped dudes just beat the shit out of each other?
pretty much.
Yeah, I watched Dragon Ball too.
All right, favorite movie gamer, movie.
The original Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Boo.
What do you mean, boo? Okay.
Alex, you know how long I can talk about this for, so I'm not going to get started. I'm not going to get started. This can be its whole own thing.
Speak my piece. Like y'all have been going on telling life stories. Stop. Let me have a fucking moment. So, anyways, with fucking me. You know why I love that movie so much? Every time I went to my grandparents' house, I fucking watched the shit out of that original film.
Please, Gamer, explain to us why your opinion is wrong, please.
He's not going to explain why his opinion is wrong, because he said he loves it.
Too bad it's fucking stupid. Anyways, I grew up with this movie constantly, watching it 24/7. So there's just that huge nostalgia factor with it that just is like, I mean, sorry, but can't be me because of nostalgia. But if I push nostalgia aside, it's honestly just a well-made film. You know, with all the cheesy dialogue, you know, you get older, you look back on it, you're just like, but if you can get past that cheesy dialogue and just see what the film, you know, what the film is for what it is, it's bloody fantastic. It still holds up today. You know, I'd say it's
Which
better than.
are we talking about?
Kelp is in the corner, seething of rage.
No, I am biting my tongue so hard right now.
My brain farted like halfway through his speech. I'm like, wait, which? I'm like, are we talking about Spider-Man or Raimi's Spider-Man?
Yeah, we're talking about
Which one?
Spider-Man. The first one, I believe.
Gamer, I am in the corner, sharpening one of my many anime swords, waiting for the day I meet you IRL.
Alright, shut it, neckbeard. Anyways.
I mean, he's like, no. I mean, like, I'm over here and I'm thinking in my head, like, I thought he was getting pissed off just because it was Spider-Man 3. That I could understand if he was aggravated at.
No,
but I'm not as harsh on Spider-Man 3 as I used to be. I'm just a little bit like confused as to why it's like the OG Raimi Spider-Man.
I'll tell you guys a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man 3 is my guilty pleasure. Spider-Man 3 is my favorite of the Raimi trilogy.
I understand.
Wait, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
So like, I hate the argument that like, oh, you just like it for nostalgia. Like, why is nostalgia a bad thing?
Well, it's not.
It's not a bad thing. But everyone's like, oh, it's just because you like nostalgia. The film's not really that good. I like it because it's nostalgia based. It gives me good feelings. The film doesn't necessarily have to be good.
It's based opinion.
Yeah.
No, nostalgia absolutely isn't a bad thing. I hate it. I hate it when people are so nostalgic about something to not notice its flaws.
They get blinded by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I have a friend who's like that with the entire Raimi trilogy. So, whenever someone brings up that they like the movies, it's like a Pavlovian response for me. I have spent so long arguing the flaws of the Raimi movie.
We have a handful.
I mean, yeah,
Spider-Man 3 in particular.
Every movie has flaws.
That's but the thing.
Can you tell that to one of my friends real quick?
Oh, yeah.
I love if it shuts them up, then yeah, hell yes, please.
Are you talking about Baxter Brick Review or something like that?
I'm talking about Block Baxter Reviews.
Yeah.
Go check him out.
Don't. You'll find his... Never mind. Alright. Gamer, favorite comic book TV show?
Favorite comic book TV show?
Good old cartoon you used to put on when you were a kid.
TMNT.
Yeah.
Sonic X.
Ultimate Spider-Man. Just kidding, it's Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Oh, I love Earth's Mightiest
Oh my god! The way
Choice.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes handled the Skrull arc was so perfect.
It built up over time.
Like,
That's how you do
I
long-term storytelling.
legitimately forgot about Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That is like, oh my god. The fact that we went from that to Avengers Assemble was a genuine disappointment.
No, it's not just a genuine disappointment. It is a disappointment.
What? So the genuine takes away from it suddenly?
My brain died for a moment.
Gamer.
I'm doing two things at once.
Favorite comic book game.
Honestly, like, out of, like... 'cause I haven't played much, but if I had to say, I owned a PS2 back in the day, and there was that Spider-Man 2 game.
Yes.
That shit as a kid.
Which
You know, I never played that as a kid. I played the shit out of Star Wars 3, never touched Spider-Man 2.
I feel so bad for you.
Your Revenge of the Sith game was fucking fantastic.
It was so good. The General Grievous battle, I would literally, like, I would wake up 2 hours before I had to go to school so I could grind that out.
Dude, I remember, like, not just me, but even my dad. Me and my dad, we would sit in my room and we would just take turns just swapping the controller, and we would just keep getting our ass beat by General Grievous. That boss was so
when
hard.
I beat General Grievous, like, as, an 8, 9, 10-year-old at the time, like, I popped the hell off to the point I had to sit down silently and pray that I didn't wake my parents.
Oh, no, me and my dad did it too. Like, I remember I came home from school. I can't even remember what grade I was in because I've had the game for so long. I'm literally looking at it right now. But I remember at some point, like, we were just like flip flopping the controller, and then eventually somehow I got lucky. I managed to make it to the final section where he brings out the 4 lightsabers, and when I beat him, I just started like spamming the force attacks just to try to get him stunned. And when I finally beat him, we just lost our shit. It was so good.
There was a phase after the cave phase, right?
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one where he brings out the 4 lightsabers.
So I thought the cave phase was the end of the battle, and then it went to that final phase, and my heart was pounding because I beat it on my first try at the final phase, but my heart was pounding the whole time.
I can never get past like the second phase.
Yeah, it had taken me multiple days to get past the second phase, and then the third phase starts, and I'm like, oh, please, 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 please.
Right? Rick, favorite comic, movie, TV show, and game.
Favorite comic? This might be a bit off, but it's a fairly recent entry. I'm gonna have to go with The Boys. Just like any entry of The Boys. I don't know why, but because I watched the TV show first, and then I got the comics afterwards. Obviously, the comics are different than the TV show with, like the ending, and I think it's the big ride or whatever it is. I don't know. There's just something about like the violence in The Boys, and then how the superheroes act. I can relate it to modern media and how celebrities are jackasses. There's just something about it where it's like a modern take on an old story that I really like.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the whole premise of The Boys. Actually, was that whole like celebrities and like, what would these celebrities be like if they had superpowers?
Right.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've only seen the show, never touched the comic. But like the scene where Homelander doesn't even try to stop the plane versus like Superman would try, whether or not you can realistically stop the plane, it's just
He would try nonetheless. And
yeah,
especially because like especially like in most other cases, like where Homelander's actually using his powers, he just laser visions the hell out of people and he just doesn't care.
Yeah, Homelander is the argument of why doesn't Superman just kill them?
Yeah. It's the whole evil Superman trope, which is
I hate that trope.
I know, I hate the evil
that's
Superman.
That's probably why he does. So I can assume you don't like Brightburn. Wait, you go ahead.
But Brightburn? I've never seen it.
I like Brightburn for the sole reason of there's no antagonist to the evil Superman that time around. Brightburn is sheerly unstoppable. He's going to win.
Especially because he's a pissed off kid.
Yeah, there is such a sense of dread throughout the whole movie, and that's why I like Brightburn.
Because you know that like any moment this kid is gonna lose his shit and then just start killing people. He freaking dribbled that cop around like a basketball. That's probably my favorite scene in the whole movie.
And there's nothing you can do against Brightburn, which is like, it wasn't an exciting movie to watch because you knew Brightburn was going to win, but there was so much dread to it, and that did leagues.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Favorite TV show?
Ugh. God.
Oh, movie. You skip movie.
Oh, we're doing movie.
Yeah, movie. Sorry.
You're. This is also probably gonna piss some people off. I'm gonna go with the Batman. I
You
have to go with the Batman.
You only
Hasn't seen
piss
the
off
movie?
the people who are Marvel stans.
You've only pissed off the people without taste.
Exactly.
That's fair enough. Granted, the Batman. It's no Dark Knight, and I'm getting sick and tired of people trying to already make comparisons to Christian Bale and Robert Pattinson. You can't make a comparison yet. Bale has had 3 movies. Pattinson's only been in 1. But given what he did in the Batman, it's a new take, and I love it. It may as well be, like I said, a neo noir crime thriller that also has the Batman in it. That's
Yeah, and
the bottom line.
The really funny thing to me is the scene with the Batmobile featured in every trailer. I love the scene with the Batmobile because they acted like the Batmobile was supposed to be this hidden thing that no one knew about in that scene, and that was just hilarious to me the whole time.
Well, especially like the fear in like Penguin's face, like when the Batmobile started getting revved up. He's like, "Wait, what is this thing?"
Yeah, I genuinely consider that whole chase scene horror.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, that makes it makes sense. You could also say in ways the Batman's also a horror movie. Look at early in the movie when the Riddler had what the hell is I don't remember what the commissioner's
mayor?
name was.
No, the commissioner or the mayor.
The mayor. He's talking about the mayor. First scene, right?
The first.
No, I'm talking about the second. I was talking about the second one where he had the commissioner's head in a rat trap.
Yeah, that.
In the rat cage.
That's
Yeah,
like
you
that
could almost
Saw
say
trap, dude.
that's what I was going with. Yeah, because it almost, like I said, it had a horror feel to it. And then when he's got the bomb around Coulson's neck, Riddler's just going crazy when he starts screaming over the phone like, "You deserve to be dead after what you did." He starts laughing, and then of course, when Coulson's talking about how much money he was being bribed, he's like, "Don't lose your head, Mr. Coulson."
Also, can I just say the second scene of the movie, the one where it shows like all of the people looking into the shadows and being terrified,
Yes.
that alone, that teaches you how Batman works. That teaches you why he's able to do what he does. People are more often than not too scared to fight him.
And besides, that's the thing. When people look into the shadows and they think he's there, that's the fear of the Batman. And I think
Batman is feels like to me like the first movie that truly captures the fear that comes with the Batman, and that it worked so well in a very short scene. Like, oh my god, it was amazing.
Even with that one guy with the lemon mask on, you could see the fear behind that mask.
Especially right? in his body. What the hell is it?
And the guy who was so scared to go to walk into the shadows that he stepped back into traffic without realizing it.
That's the one. Yep.
Wait, Rick, when we were watching the movie, didn't I lean into you and tell you this is the greatest? This is how Batman's fears shown.
Yes, you did. You told me that. Yeah, I remember that.
That scene in my mind, maybe a hot take, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Batman stan. That scene in my mind, probably one of the greatest Batman scenes there have ever been.
I am a Batman fan, and it's definitely top 10.
All right. I would agree with that. Especially you also like I said in the Bale movies, you have a couple of memes that have existed, of course. But then you've got especially in the Dark Knight, you got the wanker who's like, "What's the difference between you and me? What gives you the right?" And then he just gets in there and he's like, "I'm wearing hockey pads." There's a level of comedy there, and it's almost insinuating that not everybody's taking the Batman seriously. Whereas in Pattinson's Batman, people are afraid to just even look up at the sky and see the signal.
Yeah. My sole problem with the Batman, the only issue I have with it is that I have ADHD, so I could not sit through the whole movie. I had to get up repeatedly. But that's a me problem. So
all right, Rick, TV show? Because the Batman movie is one of the topics we can talk about.
Yeah,
that's true.
Except me, who hasn't seen anything of it.
All right, well.
Go watch it. Do yourself that favor.
We'll save it for probably just a whole nother video. Favorite TV show?
Yes.
That's the thing.
I'm filling the
Man.
silence because Rick is taking too long.
Yeah, you're good. It's I can't. I would say Gotham, but there's just like I've kind of thought about it after a while, and there's just some elements of Gotham that I just really wish they wouldn't hadn't included. The whole, I mean, I respect the whole thing what they did with the Joker idea with the Valescas, but then like I just kind of fell out of favor with it. I think at any rate, I might just have to go with Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's probably
Falcon
gonna.
Winter Soldier is damn
Solid
good,
take
though.
from what I've heard about how people hate that show.
A lot of the
I'm probably
Disney
like one of
Plus
the few who
shows
liked
have
it.
been pretty niche.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
I
like
don't know.
people hate Falcon and the Winter Soldier because it's not a movie.
I mean, I can see why. I don't know. I figured for what they did it pretty well. It's the whole kind of like deranged buddy cop aspect, and I think probably what I like the most about it is that they gave Bucky a chance to shine. That's probably like maybe the one light in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. The only thing I really wish they would have done without is the whole Carly Morgenthau crap.
I could
Bucky gets more lines in one episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier than he has in like the whole MCU.
I could
True.
be wrong, but I think there's an Easter egg in his little journal that he needs to make amends of, and I think Tony's name is in there.
Good luck doing that, buddy.
Yeah.
Just go apologize at his grave or something.
Case of death.
Alright, Rick, favorite game?
Oh shit. Probably
Was I the
Either
only one
it-
who thought these out beforehand?
I wasn't given it a thing, so I think probably for me it would have to be either Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Shattered Dimensions, really?
Yeah, and I say Shattered Dimensions because I'd say Shattered Dimensions because I remember several years ago, like that was like a surprise birthday present from my dad, and then I just ended up really falling in love with it. The idea, and that actually was what introduced me to the whole idea of the multiverse and multiple incarnations of Spider-Man. So I have to. It's like I said, it's a tie between those two. Of course, everyone loves Spider-Man 2 because of the whole open world web swinging mechanic, and the bosses, and while the dialogue was sketchy. Like I even remember in Spider-Man 2, I couldn't beat the Mysterio mission to Liberty Island for a week. It was so bad. But yeah.
Ooh, okay. What was isn't Out of Time, or what was the time one? It was with 2099.
Edge of Time. That was the one.
Edge of Time. The cutscenes in that game had no right to be as good as they were.
Isn't
No,
that
that game was made under a year, and they made it fantastic.
Isn't that game a sequel to
Well,
Shattered
yes
Dimensions?
and no.
Kind of.
Yeah. That was the big debate, right?
Here's the thing with the development of that game is that they wanted to make a sequel, but Activision said, no, you're going to make the game as quickly as possible. So they decided not to name it Shattered Dimensions 2 because, that would create less hype and less of a bar they had to reach. But they still reached that bar regardless.
No,
distinctly. Yeah.
Edge of Time is the Majora's Mask of Spider-Man games, then.
Honestly, I mean,
Pretty much.
But then again, the only difference between Majora's Mask and Edge of Time was Majora's Mask has been praised now, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but so the difference between Majora's Mask and Edge of Time is that people think Edge of Time sucks, but everyone loves Majora's Mask. I'm probably along with you guys, we're probably one of the few that love Edge of Time. I remember distinctly pre-ordering the game, and then I just could not wait to get my hands on the game before it came out. I remember every day I would be watching the E3 footage, Comic-Con footage, so on and so forth. I was obsessed with Edge of Time. So
Edge of Time actually came out before I even knew about E3.
Interesting.
Alright, so we talked about a little bit about our favorites. Now, what about our least favorites?
Didn't I have a few other options to pick from?
No, it was comics, movies, TV show, and games, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Alright, so our least favorites. I'll go first. My least favorite comic book run is Killing Joke. And that might be a hot take, because
No,
I
yeah,
know
like
how much
I know.
That's definitely a hot take, but I
It's
can
not
see it.
somebody in the comments. I'm already calling it.
Yeah, I don't know a heck of a lot about Killing Joke, but why is that your least favorite? Because I know it's being praised a lot.
People love the Killing Joke.
people do love the Killing Joke. It's very messy, and it paints Joker to be a sympathetic, gives him a backstory about why he is the way he is. Joker doesn't need that.
Make this
The reason why Joker works so well was because it seemed like for a while that he really had no motive other than to, best Batman,
What?
be Batman's like superior, not really superior, but like try to get Batman to break his number one rule, as like Dark Knight Returns would do.
Yeah, that's what I love about the Joker, how his goal is to force Batman to kill him.
because that's what he wants. He wants to prove to the world that Batman isn't this, almighty, non-killing savior. He wants to prove that he's an animal in ways, and essentially almost make the Joker a martyr. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, that
Pretty
kind of
much,
makes
yeah.
sense.
If Batman kills the Joker, Batman's going to jail.
And I recently had more time to think about, why Killing Joke doesn't work for me, because another TikToker, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's like Nick Hill Clayton or something like that.
I might have seen this guy's account.
He's talked about Killing Joke a little bit, and how Craven's Last Hunt does it better than what Killing Joke was supposed to do. And I think Craven's Last Hunt came before Killing Joke, or no, after Killing Joke.
Okay, actually, while we're on the topic of Craven's Last Hunt, I want to say I think that's the story inspiration for what Spider-Man 2 is going to be like, and that has me excited beyond belief.
Oh yeah,
It makes sense because that's why they are including Craven in the game. So it only adds up.
Craven and Venom, and they said like they wanted to save Venom. They wanted to give like Spider-Man a dedicated story with the Venom symbiote. Like it adds up. Like not Killing Joke. Craven's Last Hunt probably gonna be in that game, and that is like so beyond belief exciting.
I guess that goes to show you also that Insomniac knows what they're doing with the concept of the symbiote. They care, and also they're pretty much doing what in my opinion, Spider-Man 3 did wrong. They're not making the story bloated with like all these villains in a 2-hour time frame. No, they're giving it a dedicated story with a dedicated purpose.
With Killing Joke, like I know a lot of people fucking love Killing Joke for the story it's trying to tell. Like, Joker paralyzing Barbara Gordon while she's in a wheelchair. That I don't have a problem with. The problem I have with is the final confrontation between Joker and Batman. How it's basically
cliffhanger.
not necessarily the cliffhanger, but leading up to it. Like all it takes is one bad day, yada yada yada. The main, why Jim Gordon was strapped to the chair, even he didn't break. Like Joker's whole plan was just flawed, outlandish, and I mean, a lot of Joker's plans are kind of outlandish.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that's kind of what Joker's about.
Yeah, but even that plan was very flawed, because I think anyone could survive being tormented like that without years of torture.
No, that's literally, that is probably the reason he got the backstory, to introduce that this is why he has that strain of logic.
And I don't think any of it was necessary. If you were going to do a story of Batman almost going over the edge to kill the Joker, then, have Joker target members of the Bat family and not give him this backstory to drive Gordon, of all people, mad, and not Batman.
They did. I think they did that arc with the Death of the Family comic line, right?
Oh my god. I have problems with Jason Todd's character too, but...
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
The cliffhanger, I'd absolutely fucking perfect if that comic weren't strictly canon. If that comic was happening
before Night.
If that comic... It is canon, because that's where Barbara Gordon gets paralyzed. If that comic happened in an alternate universe and wasn't strictly canon, I would love the cliffhanger beyond belief, but the fact that it is canon just makes it like, oh, we know what happens.
That's another problem that I had with it, and I just don't particularly like the movie or the comic all that much, because the main
the movie is its
Thousand
whole own
things
slew
wrong.
of problems.
We could probably make a whole episode on that too. Like, why the? Go ahead.
Y'all know the one.
Yeah, heroes don't do that. Why the? Seriously, that's what I never understood. I've seen memes about it on TikTok everywhere. Why in the bluest of blue hells would Batman do the nasty with Batgirl? It doesn't work.
Someone who is shown to be almost like a daughter to him in the movie.
It's
in
not
that
the first
movie,
time that's happened.
Is what
I
it
know.
is. I don't care. There's no excuse for it.
It's
I don't
happened-
care who you are. Yeah.
Some writer was just really horny.
The
Honestly,
Batman relationship has happened before, and it was in the DC
The
animated
animated
universe
series, yeah.
with Bat.
That's another one. I don't. Oh, that's rough.
In the
Oh.
Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. Amazing movie.
oh yeah.
But the reason Dick Grayson
The
never
comic.
the reason why Dick Grayson never comes back to Gotham is because he finds out Barbara Gordon is pregnant with Bruce's kid and has a miscarriage. Because she
comics really like to pull the tragic effed up pregnancy card.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
They really do, because I'm just thinking about Gwen's twins that got raised to kill Spider-Man.
Oh god, and weren't they Norman's kids?
Yes,
Dumb.
they were.
I don't
That
know
was
which is
fucking
worse.
horrible.
Which one is worse, that or like the one where like Mephisto, like, hey, you'll never marry Jane again.
Don't ever shit talk the
10
best
years later,
Spider-Man
we're still
comic.
doing this nonsense.
Don't make me laugh.
How many
Oh,
people do you
God.
think? So, how many people do you think will go straight to the comments without realizing I was being sarcastic there?
A lot.
All
A
of
lot.
them.
Bloody hell.
So Killing Joke, my least favorite. My least favorite movie, comic movie, Batman v Superman, or I really don't have a problem with many older ones, but I have a problem with a lot of the newer ones.
Yeah, there's
Specifically,
they each have issues. They're not all perfect.
Yeah, Batman v Superman has the best, not the best. It has the most logical reason for why Superman and Batman would fight, but
it takes the whole movie to give that logical reason.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't need the
I
whole
feel
movie
like,
though.
yeah, but here's the thing: there is one really good scene if Batman did not kill where he's about to kill Superman. If Batman did not kill, that'd be a fantastic scene. But because this Batman kills like 24/7,
Yes.
that scene means nothing.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
they
actually a
just-
good point.
They went out of their way to make that Batman gritty without understanding the core of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Batman does not kill.
Because
That's the point.
Like honestly, he looked like an overage emo kid.
He is. Like when you think about it, Batman as a character, that's what he is.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually a fan of the suit in that movie.
another
Like
The suit looks
like
cool.
it's a callback to I think it's like a callback to the Dark Knight Returns. Right?
With the
I don't know. I much prefer like the fabric suits they show in movies to the like armored looking suits, because it for me it adds another like level to Batman's skill and terror. Like he's willing to fight fully armed people dressed like that.
Mm-hmm.
another movie that I like. I wouldn't really say Batman v Superman is my least favorite, but Ghost Rider is my least favorite.
Oh yeah.
guilty pleasure.
I hate Ghost Rider movie.
I have
hate it.
no firm thoughts on Ghost Rider.
Hated as
I can
well.
understand it. I don't really dig it either. My dad loves it, but I've fallen out of favor with it. It's definitely a guilty pleasure watch for me and my
Not
dad.
for me.
Like
I
if
cannot
we
sit down and watch 5 minutes of that movie.
Yeah, but that's
Nicolas
because you're a
Cage.
ghost. Rider stan, right?
I love Ghost Rider, not specifically Johnny Blaze, but I love Robbie Reyes.
No. Paul Walker's Ghost Rider.
Not that again.
That's fuck. But
With,
I can
with the
appreciate it.
horse? With the horse?
No, Paul Walker's the guy who was in Fast and Furious, who died in a car crash.
Oh my god, how did I not get that? Alex, cut that out. Cut all of that out.
Oh man, that adds to the humor.
My least favorite TV show, Birds of Prey. Probably
That's
Birds
not-
of Prey. What?
Isn't that a movie?
That's no.
There's
Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn is the movie. Birds of Prey
Which,
is a TV
can
show
I just-
from the early 2000s that sucked ass.
Can I jump in
We're
real
talking
quick
about that
and
animated
say
freaking. Go ahead.
Birds of Prey, my least favorite movie, now that I think about it, just so I don't forget.
It's really a Harley Quinn movie. My
That's
least favorite
I
TV
see pissed
show
off people.
has to be any of the Avengers shows after Earth's Mightiest Heroes or Birds of Prey. Least favorite game? Batman Shadow of Sinzu.
I don't think
I
I've
never
ever
played that
heard of
one.
that.
I've heard the name. I never played it.
Batman Shadow of Zinzu is supposed to be a Batman the Animated Series video game, but it has not the voice actor Robin from that show. It has the Teen Titans voice actor for Robin in that game, which
Oh boy.
which confuses people a lot because people thought it was the Robin from the Teen Titans show and Tim Drake were the same Robin, but that wasn't the case. They're completely separate universes. But this added
That
on to
reminds me of
confusion.
something when Sunflower Spider-Verse. When Spider-Verse was coming out, I had my one Raimi stan friend was making, like, even after seeing the movie, constant theories that, oh yeah, this is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Even after he had saw the movie, he was saying, yep, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, that is Peter B. Parker, 100%. So when the creators of the movie did an interview and they said they were actually going to try and get Tobey Maguire to voice Peter B. Parker, but they didn't want to do that because they thought fans would be confused and think it actually was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I told him that, and his response is, no, I wouldn't have been confused. Obviously not. And I'm like, bro, you've been spitting these theories at me for literally half a year.
And if they did bring in Tobey Maguire, it would have made everything worse. Because
Yeah, no, that's what they were saying.
Continuity lined up anyway.
Because then people also would have been sitting there in their seats going, "What the hell is this? Why the hell did Toby Spider-Man have a fall from grace like that?"
Again,
It
like the third
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
But yeah, Shadow of Zinzu is just a terrible fucking 3D beat 'em up game that just throws the skin of Batman in there with confusing voice acting. Kevin Conroy always blows out of the park, but I'm talking about everyone else. I just really don't like that game. It came out on the PS2, I think. I think that's why I played it on.
Dude, y'all in your PS2 games, find a modern console, please.
I didn't get the PS4 till the PS5 was announced. Calm down.
Wait, genuinely?
No, I got the PS4, I think, a year after it was launched.
Oh my gosh. My first console was the PS3, and honestly, I only used it to watch Netflix because I thought it was the only thing that had Netflix at the time.
My first console was the Nintendo 64, and I just remember like going to my grandma's house like whenever, because we were there pretty much almost every weekend when I was younger, and just playing Shadows of the Empire and just getting the shit beat out of me by Boba Fett.
Alright, Kelp, you wanna go next with your least favorites?
Yeah, so I said my least favorite movie already. I wanna touch a bit more on that, why I don't like it. There's one very specific reason why I don't like it, and it's
Which movie is it again?
Birds of Prey.
Okay.
And like so this isn't like the whole reason I don't like it. This is just one very particular gripe I have with it. They have the one character who they say in narration only speaks in bad cop quotes. And like that's an okay trope if you do it written well, but it genuinely in the movie feels like they couldn't think of anything better for her to say than those classic bad cop trope lines. It's just an early sign of poor writing. Least favorite TV series. I want to say Ultimate Spider-Man because I want to enjoy it so badly, but it's very, very hard to enjoy. Like, it has some really good moments, but everything,
garbage.
yeah, everything around those good moments makes it so hard to view because I'm waiting for those good moments, and it's just making me hate everything else so much more.
Plus, it's
And
makes sense.
voice Spider-Man 2.
Least favorite game. I can't say I have a least favorite game, actually. I don't think I've really ever played too many superhero games.
Alright. Gamer, you go next?
Like least favorite, like out of like any media, like movies, probably the least enjoyment I've ever gotten out of like a superhero movie is like when I went in to see. No, I didn't watch it in theaters. I watched it at home, and I'm like, that was a disappointment.
Which movie?
Yeah.
So lead
Can we
in. That
get
was
an explanation on
it's
what
a
you're
pretty epic
talking
lead
about?
in, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Alex, just end the video there. Cliffhanger.
The world may never know, but I went in because I liked the first part. Ant-Man and the Wasp was just so disappointing.
Oh, you're talking about Ant-Man. I like you continued not telling us what movie and continued to tell you your point and then told us the movie.
Gamer
I mean, yeah, it's
understands dramatic tension, okay?
That's how you do it. I mean,
I didn't I honestly though I love the first Ant-Man. It's just like to me like it's such a nice break from the rest of the MCU. It's like oh these serious endgame plots, and then just Ant-Man. Hey, I just want to do a heist.
Yeah, the first Ant-Man was really fun, and I can't say I have any problems with the second one, actually.
Fun story.
Second one is just like
I saw Ant-Man
I'm
and the
indifferent
Wasp.
to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I saw Ant-Man.
Nah, man, you're all right.
Oh my.
wait a minute. Does anyone remember that 2D animation where it was like the Avengers, like the kids had to fight Ultron?
Yes, I love that
Yes!
movie.
Oh
yeah.
my god, that was one of my favorite movies for the
Next
longest
Avengers,
time.
I think it's called.
Oh, can you like jot that down? Can we do a podcast where we talk about that?
Sure.
Honestly, though, that's a childhood nostalgia. That is nostalgic.
That is a movie I
Action.
refuse to push the nostalgia blinders aside for.
Feel
good. It's almost like a feel good in a way, you know.
Yeah.
I saw
But
Ant-Man. Oh my.
that was like 6 years ago.
You guys done?
Alex!
Let's have our moment.
Alex, I want to talk over you.
This is why we're not
It's my
professionals.
turn to speak.
I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp in a drive-in movie theater. It was really fun. They had us tune our car radios to the right station so we could hear the audio of the movie.
Please tell me you're not going to explain how a drive-in works.
You guys know how a drive-in movie theater works, right?
Most everyone does,
Your
yes.
silence.
I'm talking!
Unless there's the one asshole in the parking lot.
You know, Alex, here, I'll give you some silence.
Finally, we can talk.
Anyways, now it's just 3 podcast members.
All right, Rick. Wait, who is going?
A gamer has. I don't think Gamer's finished because he mentioned his Ant-Man and the Wasp was his least favorite movie. I think he's got a few more.
Gamer had his 3 paragraphs explaining why it was his least favorite movie before he even mentioned it.
Like honestly, no, it's not my most least favorite like series. It's the most like I guess I felt disappointed by. And
I understand that because it was right after Infinity War, right?
Yeah, and you're expecting, hey, let's learn how Ant-Man got trapped in there, and then it's just like, hey, they forgot.
Yeah, no, its placement,
but
its placement was really bad. But if they had placed it before with, like, if they did Ant-Man and the Wasp no end credit scenes, then did Endgame and added the Ant-Man and the Wasp end credit scene to, Infinity War. If they did Infinity War after Ant-Man and the Wasp and added Ant-Man and the Wasp's end credit scene to Infinity War, it would have worked.
I feel like that would have been a lot better, a lot more enjoyed.
Or maybe like they
just
did
garbage.
with Hawkeye in Endgame, where they showed Hawkeye's family disappearing. They just had like a montage of people disappearing in Endgame.
That would have worked too. Yeah,
So good.
Wouldn't have been a bad idea.
Least favorite TV show gamer?
Honestly, probably again. I'm gonna have to agree with Kelp Ultimate Spider-Man. I just cannot stand watching that show. I can't stand it.
Yeah. Someone follows my opinions.
I just want to take a gun to it. Honestly,
One of my favorite episodes.
I want to take a gun to myself when I'm watching it.
One of my favorite episodes is the Deadpool episode, only because the fourth wall breaking Spider-Man does is only interrupted by Deadpool.
No, the Deadpool episode is really fun. I've gone back to watch the Deadpool episode because, like, he did the whole unalive thing before TikTok.
It was also... I didn't like the voice actor for Deadpool. I would have preferred Nolan North.
Yeah.
For the Deadpool game. If you guys know there's a Deadpool game, right?
Yeah, I'll talk about that
Oh
later.
my god, I thought we were all staying silent on purpose.
Yeah.
I
don't think... Gamer, do you have a least favorite comic book game?
least favorite. As I said before, I didn't really play much.
Fair.
It was probably.
It could be a mobile game.
Oh yeah, then thanks. That helps a lot.
Let me Google superhero mobile games real quick.
That one Spider-Man running. I can't remember it for the life of me. It's
yes, I love that game. It was the Spider-Man game, but it was like the Minions run where you only have 3 lanes and it's like Subway Surfers. You could just
wait.
Spider-Man.
When the hell did that happen?
That was 2013, dude. It was awesome. They had an Iron Man one. They had a Spider-Man one.
They had it all.
How the hell is out on this? I'm so sad now.
I thought it was okay, but it's not I'm not really into those types of games.
Yeah, it's not the best, but it was still fun.
I never liked those types of games. That's why.
Can I say, when I got my PS5, I was waiting for Spider-Man PS4 to download on it, and while I was waiting, I went to the App Store and I picked up the Fantastic Mr. Ropeman and played that.
God.
My favorite Spider-Man. I can't. You know what? They should do a bootleg Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse 2. It's just clearly making fun of the bootlegs.
That would be so amazing.
Yeah, except the bootlegs aren't amazing.
Yeah.
Hold on. I would like to chime in.
No, this is our podcast.
Shut up, Goblin.
I just looked at the App Store, and there's a game I saw with a Fortnite default character called Spider-Man, or it's not even called Spider-Man, it's called Spider Fighter.
Oh, God.
Thanks for giving me a new video idea.
It is so bad.
You're gonna get 20 viruses by the time you're done playing it.
It has 5 stars by Games Really Good.
Games are really good.
It has a 4.7 out of 5.
Yo, that sounds like a solid game to play, actually. I'm sure none of those reviews are fake.
I'm sure none of them have viruses.
Alright.
Right.
I think it's your turn. Least favorite comic, game, TV show.
Least favorite comic? Oh, God. I mean, I can't really say I have a least favorite comic. Oh my God, Rick. God damn it.
God damn it, Bob.
If you can't
I'm thinking way too...
You know he's disappointed in himself when he speaks in the third person.
Yeah.
Second person.
I can't really say I have a least favorite comic, and then again, I haven't read as many comics as I really should have. So I might just pass on it, I guess. I don't know.
Favorite movie, TV show, game? Or least favorite?
Least favorite movie. Also, I'll go with least favorite movie. You know what it is? Fuck Captain Marvel. I fucking hate that. That movie is an insult every time I watch it. I don't give a fuck about Brie Larson. I don't give a fuck about Captain Marvel. Fuck off.
Yeah, Captain
Marvel. The worst part about Captain Marvel to me is the fact that Brie Larson was just apparently generally a dick to everyone she worked with.
I also
think that was why I didn't like it.
I like the interview where she said she can lift Mjolnir, and Game Theory disproved that.
Yeah. You are not worthy. You feminist bitch.
What if where she couldn't?
She couldn't. It's not the ultimate. It's not the ultimate universe where Thor's hammer isn't based off of magic. Because in the ultimate universe, Hulk could lift Thor's hammer because it didn't have an enchantment on it.
Right.
No, you know what's funny?
It was just very heavy.
I am forever going to see Matt Pat. I'm forever going to see MatPat as the greatest Brie Larson hater, and I might subscribe to Game Theory again for that alone.
Now I need to check that out. Oh my god.
Subscribe again. What did he subscribe for?
Five Nights at Freddy's theory.
Initially,
anybody subscribed to him in the first place.
Initially, I was subscribed for like all of his early stuff, where like the Banshee screams and stuff, because I was just like, I really liked Game Theory at the time. It was the perfect media for me. But now he's grown and he's changed.
His beach ball episode where he talked about if video game characters' boobs are fake.
Wait a minute, I don't remember that episode. What?
That's a real Game Theory episode.
I mildly remember that episode. What I want to talk about is it's really funny. He finally made his 4th channel, and it's Game Theory Food. It's Food Theory.
Game Theory, Film Theory, GT Live, and Food Theory.
Of all of the 4th channels he could have made, he went with Food Theory.
Yep, and it sucks.
I mean, the biggest thing, like for me, like with Captain Marvel,
sucks. We all know that.
I've never watched it, and if by some cosmic ray you see this, MatPat, I still love you. You were a great part of my childhood. No hate.
There you go.
For now.
I mean, I guess going back to Captain Marvel, I actually did try watching it. The only reason why I did was because I had a 10-hour drive to Georgia. Figured, you know what? I'll torture myself for 2 hours. I wasn't even 10 minutes through the movie before I wished I jumped out the car window. I can't.
Bro already knew he was going to Georgia and decided to make that experience worse.
Go to a shit state, you gotta watch a shit movie.
But the thing is like I said, it not only was the marketing. Not only did the marketing, I guess, ruin the movie for me. Not only did Brie Larson's comments in interviews ruin the movie for me. She's not a good actress. I don't. No, just no.
She just has this asshole energy around her.
Yeah, definitely.
When I saw Brie Larson, the marketing material for that one, it was the Michael B. Jordan movie about like the black lawyer in the black
Just Mercy, I think is what it was called.
Just Mercy. Brie Larson gave me major racist vibes from that movie.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, at this rate, every Hollywood actor's got some skeleton in their closet.
I wouldn't be surprised if Larson had more than a few.
Collect skeletons, and we just don't know about it.
Yeah. Least favorite. I guess we'll do least favorite TV show. This might piss some people off. I've kind of fallen out of favor with WandaVision.
That pisses me off.
I watched.
Mom,
I apologize.
I'm joking. I can objectively understand why WandaVision would get hate. I'm just a really big fan of it.
You're not. Like I said, I remember like when I first saw it, there was great appeal to WandaVision, but then I just started as the episodes just went on. I granted they were taking tropes from old television movies, like breaking the fourth wall and whatnot. For me personally, I just didn't think it really fit the context of the MCU. I mean, from a one perspective, it makes sense because Wanda's grieving over the loss of her friends and, of course, Vision. But then again, I'm also thinking in my head, why would she force herself to live in this alternate fantasy world where she's living out these classic television tropes? Yeah, for me, if I put that in my head, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, escapism.
Okay,
now I don't feel as harsh on it. But then it just now I don't feel as harsh. But again, I just I don't really dig it.
No, and I can entirely understand that. It was a reach.
I think it succeeded for about 60% of it. I liked the differing styles in filming, because it was going through these old sitcoms and TV shows. Because it was their first ever TV show, they were trying to celebrate the different years prior to it. So each episode would be a new decade and a new style of a sitcom. What I didn't like it is the later part of the season where it just threw everything out the window and decided to go full Marvel.
Yeah, you see, I understand the hate for that too. I personally had no problem because instead of complaining, I was like, "Ooh, shiny colors."
God, you're an autist.
Literally,
Then again-
yes.
You just figured that out.
Favorite heroes and oh wait, no, we didn't get to your least favorite game. Drew's favorite game.
Hey, I can't believe I'm saying this. For as much as I love Deadpool, I didn't really like the Deadpool game.
That makes
I'm-
sense because the Deadpool game is so repetitive.
That's my biggest. I think honestly, that's my biggest complaint with the game is that it's very repetitive. And I mean, granted, you can almost like liken it in ways to the X-Men Origins Wolverine Uncaged Edition game. And granted, that game was probably repetitive as hell. But like with Deadpool, like I didn't even beat it. I just played it for a while, and I'm like, yeah, this sucks. I want to go get my money back.
I remember seeing gameplay footage of it. I watched the Rad Brad play it when the game came out.
The one and
Brad
only time
probably made it.
the one and only time I watched PewDiePie was to watch the Deadpool series.
I never
You know-
watched a PewDiePie video, and I never will.
The Rad Brad honestly probably made the Deadpool game better than it was, because that guy is, in fact, the king of YouTube Let's Plays or whatever it is.
Also, Jacksepticeye played the Deadpool game with Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah, but that was like much later.
Yeah, that was when the movie came out.
Yeah.
So,
He also played Uncharted with Tom Holland. That movie sucked. I did go see it, but
Yeah.
I saw everyone leaving the theater.
oh my god.
It was like, oh, hey, is the Uncharted movie done? And he goes, no, it's in the middle of it. I don't know why those people are leaving. It's like, I can take a fair guess.
Yeah, no, if you want to know how a movie is, don't go look at reviews online. Wait outside the theater that it's playing in and you'll understand perfectly
I
clear
nearly
how
walked
good it
out of
is.
Toy Story 4. I nearly walked out.
That's why I watched Dora, the fucking Golden King or whatever it was called.
Ron
Wait, that's
surprised to make a
out?
video explaining why Toy Story 4 is a fucking abomination.
What do you mean is Dora the movie out? It's been out.
I saw one trailer
years.
where I was like, "Oh boy, I'm going to see that 100%. It's going to be horrible and I'll love it." And then I haven't thought about it since.
It's been since 2019.
It's probably for the better. It's probably for the better that you forgot about it, because I guarantee you, much like every other like live action remake, it is a cinematic abomination.
It is.
Okay, well, I have my plans for later tonight and they're to watch that cinematic abomination.
Please let me know if you gouge your eyes out with bleach.
Oh.
I don't think I'll be able to
send you-
tell you, but I'll try.
Swiper
I'll-
is played by Benicio del Toro.
Oh.
He's the collector in the Marvel movies.
Well, Swiper does like collecting things.
Hmm.
It's funny. Boots doesn't
Insert.
talk.
Wait, really?
Doesn't. He's just a normal blue monkey.
Okay, well now I'm not watching.
Yeah,
the movie
blue
anymore.
monkeys exist, Alex? What?
I mean, if you dye it, people have actually dyed their dogs like bright colors.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing that. That's where.
Whose friends?
Yeah,
Dimebag Daryl of Pantera. Go ahead.
Yeah, one of my father's friends named Jim dyed his dog red for Halloween, called it Clifford.
That's actually
That is a pretty good
I'm
idea.
excited for.
That actually looks
It
like
already
that
came
one
out,
actually looks
too.
like it was. Okay, but that one actually looks like they did it with some actual like respect.
Wait, the
I
live
could be
action
wrong.
Clifford is out too?
yeah, it's been out since like December like 2021.
I have so many movies I need to watch.
Jesus Christ. It's like your autism
We
transcends
already-
time and space.
These are-
You're like, your ADHD matches your autism, so you just forget about time for a while. You're like, oh, Clifford movie, I'm gonna go see that. 4 months later, I wonder if the Clifford movie's out.
Alex, I'm not kidding. That is what it's like for me. So it is best described as like people without ADHD would see time as a ribbon, right? People with ADHD get to see the tiniest little fraction of that ribbon, and that's what they live like.
Dude, I saw a TikTok of a comedian like saying Batman should be autistic, and like his confrontation.
I saw you sent that to me, right?
Yeah, his confrontation with the Joker would be like, Batman, I have 2 trains, and Batman's like, I like trains.
I like trains.
Oh my
Trains.
god, that was so
I know
good.
you like trains, Batman. He goes, I have 2 trains ready to blow. What kind of trains?
That's not the point, Batman. It's a metaphor for capitalism.
Oh man.
And after he beats the Joker, can we go get ice cream?
That's a great character.
All right. What are you guys' favorite heroes and villains?
Can I go? 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 Can I go?
You can go.
Spider-Man!
We already knew that.
I guess. Okay. And favorite villain?
I haven't thought about that nearly as much as Spider-Man. Come back to me.
Spider-Man from Earth 27.
Okay, yeah. Yes. No. Okay, so favorite villain? The assassin Spider-Man that honed his spider sense so that he could literally use it to see into the future.
Okay.
Interesting.
Actually, probably my favorite villain is the Joker.
Isn't there there's a Spider-Man story where Spider-Man's a kid and he uses his powers for like clout. And Uncle Ben has to teach him to be a hero.
Hey y'all, are we talking about Spider-Man? I could join that conversation. Spider-Man is in fact my special interest.
There's also a Spider-Man universe where Uncle Ben is alive and Spider-Man does have powers, and Uncle Ben convinces Peter Parker that he needs to be stronger by killing all the other Spider-Man to proving his power.
Based Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
Oh my.
the main universe Spider-Man comes in, beats the stronger Spider-Man, and Uncle Ben dies by his own machine.
Based
Fail.
Uncle Ben.
Based Uncle Ben.
Yep.
All right.
And now he's in the grave.
Who is your favorite hero, and villain?
I know it's kind of cheating, but if you mean just by hero in general, I'll go to my favorite character in fiction, Optimus Prime.
Okay, but we're specifically talking about spider-themed Marvel comic heroes. Who's your favorite hero?
Not Spider-Man. I'm gonna have to
Spider-Man, nor.
Spindle.
No, we're gonna go with the human spider. Thank you.
Or whoever the name of that chick.
What if I were to narrow it down further? What if I were to narrow it down further and say the first spider-based Marvel comic hero? What would you say then?
You arachnid.
Guys,
I was gonna go with.
I will leave this call.
It's probably not even an option, but I was gonna just for the sake of both argument and the laughs, I would have gone with what the hell was her name? Oh, Silk. Cindy Moon.
I actually like Silk because her costume pops the hell off.
Which one? The one with webs or the one her actual?
No, the one that's a genuine actual costume and not her showing off 90% of her body.
Yeah, she has a costume made of webs, and Peter Parker and Silk cannot be in the same vicinity or they will fuck.
Okay. I would like to restate the only reason I like Silk is because her proper costume is awesome.
It is pretty good.
I like her for the same reason I like Spider-Gwen. Costume is awesome.
But I will never understand to this day, like, why Peter and Cindy can't be within like a 5-foot radius. Otherwise, they're just gonna start doing the nasty.
It's just good storytelling,
babies.
It's just good storytelling.
And the reason they have that connection is because they were bit by the same spider.
Oh yeah, right.
Which means that Spider was just an extreme narcissist.
He wants his
much
to
about that
live on. He made 2 people like him so they can fucking make more.
If you had told me this like a few years ago,
me, you motherfuckers.
Sorry, Gamer, what was it?
Yeah, if you had to tell me like this a few years ago, like who'd probably be my favorite superhero, probably Iron Man. I'm not even gonna lie, but in more recent times,
I like Black Sabbath.
Yeah, but in more recent times, it's like the characters that have been rising up that list is Superman, Spider-Man. Spider-Man currently holds the number 1 spot.
Yes, Gamer. Yes.
Gamer, your favorite villain?
Favorite villain? Oh boy.
Unicron.
He's got way too many different incarnations.
The specific one played by Hugo
you keep
Weaving.
count of them all.
Who is your favorite villain, Gamer?
Favorite villain? Damn, that's a hard one.
Savathun from Destiny 2.
Fuck off.
That's not the asshole that killed Cade, right?
No, the asshole that killed Cade is
from
Aldrin.
Bread.
Oh, Bread?
Okay, legitimately, I would like to break away from the joke for a second. Legitimately, my favorite villain of all time is.
It's almost like you're just taking my spotlight. Like I'm
I am taking your spotlight, and I hold no regrets.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Anyways, like what I'm saying is that if I had to say my favorite villain is, I know it's kind of basic, but like Sam Raimi's like Green Goblin.
There you go.
Dude, he's so good. He's so well written in No Way Home.
I just love William Dafoe's like presence. It feels like they took Green Goblin from the comics, threw a little bit of the Joker in there, and boom, Sam Raimi's Green Goblin.
What I love about Sam Raimi's Green Goblin is his entire thing is, you're not based, Spider-Man. Join me on the villain side and you will be.
He bonks him on the head and he goes, "'Cause it's right."
What the hell's the line? 50 million people in this.
You see, Spider-Man, being a hero is cringe. But if you get with me, you could be Keck.
Get bitches, Spider-Man. And you'll have all the bitches in New York City.
Wanted, right?
All right. Rick, favorite hero and villain?
Oh man, favorite hero? I can't. I was gonna say Spider-Man Nor, like the Nor in
Spider-Man. It's still Spider-Man.
But I have to go with Nor. I mean, I remember I got the Spider-Man Nor comics a couple years ago, or just the comic volume, which had the first 4 issues of Spider-Man Nor and then Eyes Without a Face. I just really like. I really like the character. I put only that version because it's a much darker take on Spider-Man, where he's actually willing to use guns. I mean, he shoots the Vulture, for crying out loud.
And he's willing to let matches burn down to his fingers just to feel something.
Oh God.
You, Nicolas Cage.
Rubik's Cube.
I didn't like it, but that's the problem, though. That's why I find it hard to name Spider-Man Nor, because Nicolas Cage turned him into a bozo, and even then, when they resurrected him during the Spider-Verse arc, when he sacrificed himself to kill Morlun, it was very much like OG Spider-Man Nor, where he's gritty, he's bitter in ways, and of course, perfectly willing to pull out a live grenade and blow himself up to try to kill Morlun. Of course,
and drinks plenty of egg whites.
I fucking hate you, Nicolas Cage.
All right, Rick, favorite villain?
Yeah, I'm blanking now. Again, it's hard for me to really pinpoint it.
Well, to give you some time to think, I would just like to say, are y'all ready for Alex to break the Spider-Man trend with his stupid fucking Batman pick?
I'm not choosing Batman.
Ghost Rider?
Nope.
Spider-Man?
I got it. This answer is probably going to be stupid, but Paul Dano's Riddler.
Honestly,
I fuck with it. Yeah,
I mean that, and that's the thing. Go ahead.
We were joking outside the movie theater. It's like, are we sure the Riddler doesn't have Asperger's?
I remember that.
No, he definitely does.
He's like, no.
One done. No, but for real though, Paul Dano knocked it out of the fucking park. In my opinion, he gave a realistic interpretation of what the Riddler could be. Not to mention that the Riddler could very well just be some regular guy who's ordering pumpkin pie at a diner after he shoots someone. Go ahead.
I like the Easter egg that he was wearing Jim Carrey's Riddler glasses the entire movie.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It was the see-through white-rimmed glasses Jim Carrey wore during his appearance as the Riddler. Paul Dano wore the same glasses.
Oh, that's amazing, actually.
I dig it. There you go. And then again, like I said, the craziness and the eccentrics, he brings that into his performance of the Riddler, but at the same time, he's genuinely terrifying. Again, the jail scene that everybody's been making a meme about, where he's singing Ave Maria, and then the phone call with Coulson, where what the hell was I'm trying to remember the line. I guess it wasn't even really a line, but just the way he carried himself on that entire phone call, where he's just taking glee out of watching Coulson squirm. There's just something about that I just enjoy, and that's probably why.
That scene
Yeah.
was wholly captivating.
Someone giving
yeah,
Riddler
definitely.
likes on his live stream.
That was
Mhm.
also amazing.
That was, and then even like the scene towards the tail end of the movie where it's got like his entire following, where it's like, oh yeah, what caliber shells do I need? What mask are we using? It's an extreme combat mask. They have it at Gotham Army surplus.
No, so I saw an amazing thing where someone was saying the Riddler's stream wasn't realistic because if he were actually like talking to Redders and shit on his stream, they wouldn't have just stopped at rifles or good. They would have started naming specific guns.
Dude, all right,
Yeah,
so
there
I
you
just
go.
put something in chat.
Yeah, no, I saw.
Yeah,
I saw.
Yep.
DC, the actual company, put that out April 1st as a joke.
Really?
The Batmite.
What is with
Nice.
DC and giving attention to Batmite recently?
Peacemaker theories. All right, so time to break this spider cycle.
No, don't do it.
Okay, I was gonna make a joke about. Never mind. All right.
Take his goddamn name out of your mouth and then put it back in your mouth to say he's your favorite.
The Batmite. Jesus Christ!
Gamer, are you just legging in real life?
I'm sorry, but I'm doing multiple things at once with this podcast.
Yeah, no, I know you're working the McDonald's drive-thru.
Playing Smash
I
Bros.
gotta pay the rent somehow.
My favorite comic book hero isn't really
Barry
a
Allen.
hero. No,
Oh.
it's John Constantine. Constantine's been my favorite for years. I love
How, looking at your icon, how did I not guess that?
That's Etrigan.
I know him only as a Constantine character.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I was watching Justice League Unlimited, and there was episode where they all turn into kids, and Etrigan is a baby, and it's adorable. And my favorite line from that is when they all turn back into adults, and Wonder Woman's holding Etrigan in her arms, and Etrigan goes, "Mommy," in his deep demon voice, and Wonder Woman drops him. Fucking love
What?
that.
Classic Etrigan.
The
Classic
best part, I think,
man,
with
I
Etrigan,
barely
though, is
know.
in what was it? In Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, where he's like, "Doom to you and you, you also." He's just so lazy fighting the League of Assassins. He just doesn't care.
But yeah, my favorite comic book character hero thing is John Constantine. Fucking love him. My favorite villain. I want you guys to take a guess. Take a guess what my favorite villain is.
Joker.
Anyone else have any ideas?
Who could it be?
The posters on my
Megatron.
wall may confuse you.
Haha.
It is not Joker.
Fuck.
Megatron.
It is no.
Darth Vader.
No.
I would have said Vader, but
That
I
one
don't
guy.
know.
Sorry, I went to go get water.
What is my I want you guys to guess what my favorite villain is.
Darth
I
Vader.
should probably know this.
No.
Guy from the Skylander games.
No.
Unicron.
Oh, seriously though.
No,
Okay,
this is Unicron.
so I feel like it would be cheating if I guessed because we've had long conversations late at night about this.
Take a guess. Do it. Say it.
The Reverse Flash.
It is the Reverse Flash.
Should have said it.
It was me, Barry.
I
Oh my
jerked you
God.
off in that Super Saiyan experience.
Barry, remember that time you were making out with your girlfriend and you came? It was me, Barry.
Barry.
Every bad day you ever had.
I love the Reverse Flash. He's such a stupid character and concept, but he's so well good. He's just so good.
Like how he was
I might
petty enough
honestly
to
change my
literally
pick
be
now
the
that I think.
monster
Now that I
under
remember
Barry's
Reverse
bed.
Flash. Seriously, I'm tempted just to change my pick because now that I remember the Reverse Flash, I remember all the horrible things he's done, and that's why I love him.
No, I am
it's not
changing my
even-
pick. I'm going from Joker to Reverse Flash 100%. Surely because to literally be the monster under Barry's bed. Imagine how many hours he had to waste doing that.
Just sitting in a closet reading a newspaper, occasionally hitting the door.
But again, we got to bear in mind, though, some might make the argument that Reverse Flash is just an incel for this reason, because he's gone back in time and he has killed every single boyfriend his crush had
And then
when
made
there
her
was
a
until
gimp.
there was exactly.
That's why he's so good, though.
Because he's angry, he's pissed off, he pretty much just wants to see the world burn, and that's again going hand in hand with everything else you just mentioned. Unless there's more, that's why everyone loves the Reverse Flash, because this guy is dangerous.
He is the most terrifying neckbeard you've ever encountered, and it's amazing.
And he doesn't even have a neck. Like that. Well,
He's Barry's
God,
lovesick
so
stalker.
much better. Could you
Yeah,
imagine?
exactly.
Wait, could you imagine the Reverse Flash without a neck?
Oh god.
Imagine that.
Dude, the Bizarro universe heroes are fucking funny. There was Bat Zorro, the world's worst detective. Bizarro's best friend sacrificed himself because he wanted to be a hero, and Bizarro couldn't let that go, so he made another one, and it became his enemy. They were still friends, but were kind of enemies. Funny.
Alex,
sense.
there's a name for that, and it's frequently used in
Frenemies.
shitty tropes.
Frenemies.
Wasn't there a Hannah Montana episode or movie called Frenemies?
Could not tell you. I don't watch Hannah Montana.
Incel.
Alright, so that was it for the introduction bulletins. But I do have one that I think will make you guys laugh. Or just
Spider-Man?
just question Warner Brothers and DC. DC recently put out a comic book line with Batman. And it's called Batman and FaZe Clan.
Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
I have no thoughts on this because... Wait, who's the FaZe Clan?
FaZe Rug, the trick shotters from the OG Call of Duty days.
It was like the clan that every midget kid wanted to be a part of during the height of like Black Ops 2. During the height of Call of Duty Black Ops. Yeah.
Wait, on that topic, can I talk about something that's really funny to me? The fact that once when Batman thought his identity was going to get revealed, he started shitposting his actual identity on Reddit so people will be less likely to believe it.
Same thing with Daredevil and his fucking onesie he wore to Christmas that says, I'm not Daredevil.
I'm not Daredevil.
Yeah, here's the cover art for Batman FaZe Clan.
Oh my god.
I think
it's gorgeous.
I can't remember if it was FaZe Rug or FaZe Nate that got a trick shot off of Scarecrow and told Oracle to clip it.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know. I don't know whether
that.
I should be. I don't know whether I should be amazed or insulted right now.
The premise behind that is because Riddler made VR headsets that could control people's minds. So basically, the plot of Batman Forever. He made.
But the FaZe Clan controlled people, so it was like they were gaming.
No. Robin actually said, Batman, we need to call in the specialists. We need to call in the experts. And Batman goes, no, not them. And he goes, yes, Batman. He goes, all right, call the FaZe Clan.
Are we talking about Damian Wayne Robin?
I think it was Damian Wayne. I saw
Damian Wayne. Of course, Damian Wayne would consider the FaZe Clan the experts.
Dude, I don't understand. Why is this a thing?
It's funny, dude. I love that when fucking gets a trick shot of a Scarecrow. Oracle, clip it. And then
We'll see the appeal though.
Dude, I think it was Nightwing or Oracle that questioned the FaZe Clan to bring him in, and one of them says, "Yeah, just check my Twitch highlights. You won't doubt me anymore. Check my Twitch clips."
Dude, I can just imagine being Oracle sitting there like, I used to be Batgirl.
What happened?
Like sitting there thinking like I trained like how many years of my life to get in shape. Meanwhile, Batman just hired a bunch of guys who've played video games for a living.
I can imagine one of the FaZe Clan members going up, go up to Oracle and be like, "So, Joker hip shot you?"
Okay, that's pretty good.
That'd be amazing.
Like I said, I guess there is an appeal to this, but I don't know.
The appeal to this is me. This appeals to me.
The appeal to this is
probably definitely
in 2012.
So they're quite literally 20 years too late.
Another topic that I have is Spider-Man No Way Home.
Spider-Man?
Yes.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Thoughts, opinions, review.
A wonderfully written fanfic. That is my thoughts, my opinions, and my review. A wonderfully written fanfic.
I like how it like compliments them as well as makes fun of them.
I mean, they
that's
did that to
isn't that
themselves.
isn't that the purpose though? And they're pretty much like a love letter to the people who have accounts dedicated to shit posting Sam Raimi memes every day. I mean, that's pretty much it, you know?
I follow multiple people on Instagram who just post the same clip of Bully Maguire every day.
Speaking of Bully Maguire, holy shit. Did any of you guys
Da-da-da.
That's the perfect time to come back. Have you guys seen the video of the little kid at like a school dance party
Yeah.
doing the
Yes!
Bully Maguire dance?
That
I
kid has my
love it.
respect.
So, believe it or not, most of the people I know that I like Spider-Man. So I got that sent to me from like 4 different people.
I think I was one of them.
You were.
Um,
You were the last one, actually. You were late on the trend, fucker.
hey gamer, what do you think of Batman and FaZe Clan?
Please stop talking. Please stop talking.
I can tell he's offended.
Alright, childhood comic book crushes.
Mary Jane.
Gwen Stacy.
I
had none.
Zatanna.
Gwen Stacy.
Oh.
Oh.
Zatanna, but specifically from Young Justice.
I get that. I
Nice.
get that's so hard, actually.
Well, I don't
So,
know whose fault it is I like blondes, but I also don't know whose fault it is that I like girls with short hair.
I know whose fault it is that I like redheads.
Obviously.
Talking about like all this, shit, and then there's just me, just like, interesting, because I never had anything like that.
Can I say I recently discovered my type?
I like Raven.
My type is
emo girls.
Yeah.
my type is April O'Neil from the 2003 TMNT and Mary Jane from the 90s Spider-Man.
Redheads.
You love redheads.
Oh, dude, 100%
Yeah,
Mary Jane is
redheads.
responsible for that.
Black Cat.
Redheads, if they're really hot or really ugly. No in between.
Yeah. Okay. Any closing remarks from you guys?
I like Spider-Man.
This has been this new podcast series. Yeah. Hopefully there'll be another episode.
Alex,
of this.
can I ask a favor?
Yes.
Can we name it the Spider-Cast?
We're talking about anything but
No, this
Spider-Man.
shit fits. This shit fits.
Shit fits. All
Shit
right.
fits.
See you guys later then.